Since the U.S. Open, that has been the thought that I've had, because when I first entered into the sport 4 years ago, I was just like, one day I want to squat 6, pull 6, and bench 350 plus. So now that all that's happened, I'm asking myself, what's the next thing? I would love to have a 1,600 pound total, but honestly, I would walk away from the sport the moment it stops being fun for me. The moment I stop having the thrilling feel I do when it's time to hit a new PR, when it's time for meet day, that's when I'll walk away. But I know, like this is the first year I've competed 4 times. Normally I do 2 meets a year, no more than 3, just with proper rest. And so I know after my next meet in August, I'm gonna take a lot of rest just to stay healthy, because I'm 23, but I don't want to end the sport or have to stop the sport because of an injury, because I realize that I'm at peak strength right now. And if I stay at this strength any longer than what I am right now, I know an injury is going to come.
Yeah, speaking of injury, I'm glad that she's got that mindset. I hope that you always keep it, because you're a wonderful person. So I think the sport would be damaged without you in it. So I think that hearing her say those things make me very excited for her, because that was something that I couldn't do. I couldn't turn that drive off. And I don't know if it was a drive to be the better powerlifter or to just continue the train of emotion, or keep the train in motion for the popularity and the following. My business was tied up into my performance. So to be able to walk away, I don't think there'll ever be a day that I can say I don't want to powerlift. I don't think that there will ever be a number that will satisfy that itch. One thing that I have taken kind of made peace with myself around the fact of, when I started, every single goal that I had seemed impossible, and the numbers seemed larger than life. I looked at the men that I was chasing or admiring, and I thought, man, if I could ever be that good. And then once I started hitting those numbers, we get on a sliding scale. Well, I did this, so my next goal is this, my next goal is this. And the problem with numbers is that there's always one more pound. There's always 5 more pounds that can be put on the bar. So really, at the point of my injury, I had a sliding scale of goals that I accomplished, and I only left 2 goals on the platform. And I told myself, through all the injury and trying to come back, well, if I could total 2,300 and if I could pull 400 kilos, that would be enough. It would not have been enough, because in the moment when I was in Australia, the biggest competition of my life, the biggest total of my life, I wrote down on a board 2242. That was what I expected to do that day, or what I believe my capabilities were that day. I totaled 2237. And I went there halfway around the world telling myself 2242 was perfection. I went 7 for 7, went 2237, and I left the platform angry that I didn't go 2250. So you see what I mean? Even going into it, I was right within the reason of what I could have done, but I always wanted more. Even standing there, hand raised, getting the trophy, getting the medal put around my neck, I was thinking, what didn't I do? And I think that's where the sport can become a little bit toxic to the personality, is you start chasing that next rather than enjoying that moment. So enjoy those moments. Celebrate. After August, I'm going to hold you to it. I'm putting it on record. She's coming to Kentucky. She's going to train with me after August.
We're going to train together after August.
After August.
No, I'm serious. I mean, the people, to each their own on how they train, but to get to the level that we both are at, it's not easy.
No.
People, of course, you make it look easy on meet day, but you put your body through hell to get to this point. There's a lot of massage therapy, chiropractic care. You're pretty much in a set routine for several weeks, several months. And like you said, you lose your human side to where you start focusing on numbers, lifts, the next thing, the next meet, and to where you forget to live life.
I think, for any young lifter that's watching, what she just touched on right there, the training is the easy part. Most people I know train hard, but most people that I also work with, they don't eat right, they don't put focus on their sleep, they don't get massage, they don't see a chiropractor, and you see a champion like C.C. or you see other champions. I'm never talking training to lifters that are better than me. I'm talking recovery, I'm talking diet, I'm talking all these things, because if you go in there and you give me a barbell, I'm going to lift it and I'm going to put a ton of effort there. It's figuring out the puzzle pieces of everything else that make you a champion. Get the training right and then keep evolving, because somebody like you know, there's so many lifters out there that are just doing so many things. Some are doing stem cells, some are doing cold activation. Anything and everything that's available, try it. Be a student of the game.
Exactly, because even when I know for me, like when I first started, you know, like people see the success I have now, but I've always held some type of world records to my name. I've just done it on bigger stages this year. But before this year, or no, maybe this is 2018, so summer of 2016 is when I was experiencing a lot of back problems, a lot of hip problems, a lot of pain, a lot of tendonitis in my biceps. I was 21 at the time. And, you know, new coach Steve Goggins was just like, you should not be hurting like this, you see? You need to invest in, you know, massage therapy, chiropractic care, and actually start taking some time off. And when I did that, my strength took off like a rocket.
Yeah, if it was straightforward, everybody would be a champion. There's a lot of zigs and zags and ups and downs, and you just got to be able to keep going through them.
You just have to be willing to get through it, because it's not supposed to be easy.
Right.
It's not.